Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing fine, and in this video I've put together what are my most anticipated games for the second half of this year. I hope you guys enjoy watching the video, and if you like it, please drop me a like, maybe a comment. I would most likely be coming up with a second part and maybe even a third part to this video because there were just too many titles to be all put in one video, and I hope you guys have fun. So Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales are two huge PlayStation exclusives developed by Insomniac that were released in 2018 and 2020 respectively. In this June's State of Play, Sony announced that both games are being ported to PC. And in case you haven't heard of Spider-Man, which is very unlikely at this point, but anyway, it's an open world game that lets you play as Spider-Man and web swing through the buildings in New York City fighting crime and iconic Marvel villains. Both the original Spider-Man and Miles Morales have been very positively received on the PlayStation and were considered to be some of the best games to come out of the Marvel Universe. The port to PC is being handled by Nixxi Software, who claim to be huge Insomniac fans and to be excited to partner with them to bring the game to the PC. They're also saying they'll be trying to make the best port possible, taking advantage of all the possibilities the PC platform has to offer. This sounds like very good news for fans of Spider-Man who don't own a PlayStation or who wish to re-experience the game on their computers. So Stray is a third-person adventure platformer developed by French developer Annapurna. The game is based on a quite unique idea, in that it makes you play as a stray cat that finds itself having to run and jump around a mysterious cyberpunk-themed city. Just like Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter, our stray cat will run into a flying drone called B12, who becomes its companion. B12 will follow you around, giving you access to new skills and abilities and helping you communicate with the inhabitants of the city that are also androids themselves. Throughout the game, you will use your cat skills and agility to run, jump, and sneak around the city, solving puzzles and avoiding the attention of unwelcoming robots. Stray is coming to PS4, PS5, and PC July 2022, and is looking to be a fun little title for cat lovers and platforming lovers alike. Saints Row is an open-world action-adventure game developed by Deep Silver Volition, where you can freely roam around the city, in many aspects similar to the GTA series. In August 2022, the Saints Row franchise is getting a reboot, promising to step away from the surreal tone that took over the series in the last few years, in order to bring back the balance between comedy and seriousness that was at the roots of the franchise. This time you will play as a character known as the Boss, who is on a quest to take over the city of Santo Ileso, a fictional city in the southwest of the US that is under the control of several criminal gangs. You will form and finance your own criminal gang by launching illegitimate businesses and completing missions to eventually go to war with the other gangs that control the city. The game should also bring a fully customizable main character, improvements to driving and gunplay mechanics, all while taking advantage of the features of the last generation of consoles. Saints Row is releasing to PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and the PC. Forspoken is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Luminous Productions and published by Square Enix. It's going to be released on October the 11th, 2022 for PC and PlayStation 5. Forspoken follows the journey of Frey, a young New Yorker transported to the imaginary land of Athia, where she is inexplicably gifted a wider range of magical powers. Frey will discover that the land of Athia is ruled by powerful sorceresses that promise her a way back home in exchange for her help. To complete her mission and make it back home, Frey will use her magical powers to run at superhuman speeds, scale walls, vault across canyons, and dash through vast landscapes in some sort of magical parkour. RPG elements such as crafting gear, upgrading, and learning magical spells can allow the player to improve phrase, skills, and stats. The player is able to choose between different spells to customize their combat style, from long-distance powers to close-range spells to battle monstrous creatures and confront evil sorceresses that inhabit the land of Athia. Forspoken looks like a very solid game, a third-person action-adventure with over-the-shoulder camera and cinematic storytelling typical of the PlayStation. The Last of Us is a third-person action-adventure game developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony. It was first released for the PS3 and eventually remastered for the PS4 in 2014. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world that has been ravaged by a deadly disease that turns people into cannibalistic creatures. You play as Joel, a smuggler who has the job of smuggling a teenage girl that might hold the cure to the disease in her blood to a nomadic group that calls itself Fireflies. Both the original and the remaster were extremely well received by the critics, and at the moment the original sits as the 5th highest rated game for PS3 on Metacritic. Now the good thing is that The Last of Us is also getting a remake for both PS5 and PC, and while the PS5 version will be releasing on September the 2nd of this year, we still don't know exactly the release date of the PC version, but Sony has confirmed that Naughty Dog is indeed already working on the PC version. For now, what we know according to PlayStation Direct is that the game has been completely overhauled but faithfully reproduced, incorporating modernized gameplay, expanded accessibility options, as well as improved controls and effects and enhanced exploration and combat. Excellent news for fans of the title, or for those PC gamers who still want to try the title for the first time. Gotham Knights is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Warner Bros. Games Montreal, set to be released on October 25, 2022. The game takes place following Batman's death and has Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and Red Hood stepping in Batman's place to restore justice to Gotham City. The game will be an open-world game where players can use vehicles such as the Bat-Cycle to explore the city, with RPG elements giving each character unique abilities and a skill tree they can put points in as they level up. During the daytime, players will occupy the Belfry, which acts as the team's base of operations and allows the players to switch characters and prepare for the next mission. And upon leaving the Belfry, the game will fast forward to the nighttime where the actual mission takes place. The game is fully playable solo or in a 2-player cooperative multiplayer mode, allowing a second player to seamlessly join the adventure at any time. Also, balancing the co-op experience is a big focus of the game. The game will be available this October for PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Modern Warfare 2 is the sequel to the reboot of the franchise that released in 2019. It includes an expansive single-player campaign as well as a multiplayer mode. The game introduces new movement mechanics such as sliding, diving, and grabbing ledges, choosing whether to peek over or not. The gunsmith system is also getting an overhaul, with around 70 attachments available per weapon, giving players complete control over the guns and playstyle and help shake up the meta. The campaign focuses on Task Force 141, a well-established go-to team for the toughest missions. The team has to jump between locals in an attempt to sabotage an enemy offensive after a US airstrike accidentally kills a foreign general. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is also a vital part of the game. It will bring 2 new game modes: Knockout, which is a 6v6 mode but you only get 1 life per round, and Prisoner Rescue, where the 2 teams will be tasked with protecting or rescuing a hostage. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 might be one of the most hotly anticipated titles of the year, and it's releasing to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, October the 28th. Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming open-world action RPG developed by Avalanche Software, set in the Harry Potter universe. Set in the late 1800s, the players take the role of a Hogwarts student capable of manipulating a mysterious ancient magic. The player will need to uncover why this forgotten magic has suddenly made a resurgence and the secret behind the ones that are trying to take advantage of it. The game will have the player attending classes at Hogwarts such as Charms, Defense Against the Magic Arts, Herbology, and Potions. The player will be visiting locations from the Harry Potter franchise including the Forbidden Forest, Gringotts Wizarding Bank, and Hogsmeade Village, as well as areas yet visually unseen in other media. The player is able to fully customize their character, choosing their appearance, their house, and wand type. Level progression will give the players access to new talents and skills, and will develop their own special combat styles. The game includes magical beasts the player will be able to tame or use in combat, such as dragons, trolls, hippogriff, nifflers, and mandrakes. There is also a morality system that will give the player the ability to learn certain spells such as the Killing Curse Avada Kedavra. Player characters will be able to establish friendships with NPC characters. As players grow these relationships, they will unlock new abilities and unique dialogue options. The game is going to be released in the fourth quarter of 2022 for PC, Xbox One, Xbox S and S, PS4 and PS5. So this was it guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as I said, there's probably gonna be a part 2 and maybe even a part 3 in the future. So I'll see you next time.